uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited, tell the truth, and shame the devil. I
Come on in,
love
black
being
people. Come
black.
on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We got a great show tonight. We talking about mass eviction. There's a lot of illegal eviction going on around in these spots, and they doing it in the name of saying all these people going and kicking in doors, been in an apartment or saying these drug builders. But come on in,
You
people.
already know what it
Come on
is.
in. Come on
Live,
in.
uncut, unedited,
Come
tell the
on
truth,
in.
and shame the devil.
This is live,
I
uncut,
love being
unedited,
black.
people. We have to stand our ground. It's getting critical, people. We've been trying to tell you guys. Nobody want to believe us. Come on
You
in,
already know
people.
what it is.
You think I'm
Live,
just talking?
uncut, unedited, tell the truth,
Just think we just
and
talking.
shame the devil. I
All right.
love being black.
We on early tonight. All right. Mass eviction. Eviction. Yeah. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Yeah. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Call in number 872.
Call in number 872 299 0808 or 872 297 6389.
We got Mama Doris on the live tonight with us tonight. Mama Doris, there's no echo, is it? No echo?
No, I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, perfect. We keep it just like that. Come on in, people. We just waiting on a few more people to come on in. You know, it takes us a while to get warmed up. And soon they come in. What's the topic? The topic is tonight we're talking about mass eviction in the black communities. We've noticed, we've seen another pattern here. We've seen a lot of patterns where a lot of black people live at that they've been all evicted at one time, put out. We noticing that. We've seen it's becoming a trend now. It's a pattern. Now, what are we gonna do about it, people? And also, they're not even compensating the people. By law, if they want you to move, and replace, they're supposed to replace you. You know, if the building is not havable or whatever, they're supposed to replace you. That's a monetary value they're supposed to give you. So, people, there's a lot going on. And every warm day that we're having, you're going to see evictions all across the land. I'm telling you, Chicagoland, especially in our areas. Y'all keep on, don't believe me. Watch, you keep believing. They kicking indoors. You might be at work. You might be at work, and you come home and you're going to suffer a whole loss. I tell you. We got today on 121st in Indiana, they emptied that whole complex today. They put metal things on there and everything, on the windows, on the doors. I didn't go live. I just sat there and watched. I said, man, look what they're doing to black people. Only in our areas. Only in our areas, people. When are we going to learn? When are we going to just stop talking and do something about it? Come on, I need more people like the video. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to get into some action. And everybody won't help when it's dealing with them, but when it's dealing with other people, they don't want to help. They don't want to give no remedy or nothing. Come on in, people. Share it on your page. I need 65 likes before we get started. I'm at 5 right now, and that's not cool. We got 40 people on here, and I don't have 40 likes. Come on, people, let's get started. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is live, uncut. Make sure you share the video. This is happening for real, people. We're in trouble. I'm telling you, black people, y'all don't believe. Some of us don't believe fat meat is greasy, as Ma used to say. This is real, people. We having problem. I see it over and over and over. It's become the trend in the black community, putting people out of these. And you notice it, they're attacking like complexes, like when it's 20 or more units. See, they want that for the migrants. I'm telling you, listen, people, I hate to say it, but they're going to cause a war out here. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, people. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. Come on in, come on in. We got Mama Dora. She's our guest tonight. I don't know who else is coming on.
I won't be able to stay a long time. I'll stay on a little while.
Okay, that's no problem. We're going. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get you. I tell you, we're definitely going to get you. Bring you up. I tell you, because we appreciate you, Mama. Don't think we don't.
Oh man, this is unbelievable.
Well, you know what? We're not gonna wait. We're not gonna hold a crowd. Come on, Mama Doris. Let's talk. Start talking. Whoever ain't here, they just got to catch up.
I am just. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and at the same time, it's believable. My question, my concern is that where are these people going to go? Where are our people going to go? If putting them out, you said 20 units or more, that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So where are they going? What resources do they have to move someplace else? Where is there for them to move? You know, you just can't jump up overnight in a matter of minutes or hours and find a place to stay. So where are they going? And what's so hurtful to me, what's so hurtful to me is that you don't have one organization, one political leader, one religious leader, anyone, any organization that is speaking out against this. This is wrong. This is unconstitutional. This is immoral. This is criminal. And there is no outcry. What is it going to take for us to say no more? What is it going to take? Every day I'm trying to do something to make a difference. And I think I do, but it's just not enough of us. What is going to have to happen? We silently sit by and listen and watch and talk about how our children are being mowed down like rabid dogs.
Mm-hmm.
All of the killings, all of the negative things that are going on in our communities. And we are just we are asleep. Where is the conscience? Where is our conscience? Where is the conscience of Black people for other Black people? How can you walk around? How can you walk around every day and ignore this? Act as if it's not happening. This is so depressing to me. I don't understand it. I mean, there are children involved in this, families involved, elderly people involved. You have a cross-section of our people who are being put out on the streets by the government of the United States to bring illegal economic immigrants from around the world using our tax dollars to do it. You don't hear anything from the aldermen that those people at 111th in Indiana and the other places where they're moving, 121st in Indiana and other places, 79th in Essex. You don't hear the aldermen. You don't hear the older people saying anything, except for a few things that Greg Mitchell has said, and he said it because the people came out and forced him to do it. But these aldermen do have power. They have power. And if they don't, then why are we electing them? Why are they sitting down there in city council? How can they in good conscience, what kind of human beings, what kind of people are these people? To know, they know about it, to know that their people are being put out on the street and they not say anything. it would not happen in any community but ours. Why do we allow people to mistreat us and disrespect us in the way that we do? What is psychologically wrong with us?
Mhm.
We need to admit, we need to acknowledge that there is something psychologically wrong with us.
Mhm.
And if we were to do that, it would make me feel better. But you're walking around saying that you're sane, saying that you are a Christian or you're a Muslim or whatever religion you practice, and you not say anything. Every day, Martin, every day I'm disturbed about this stuff.
Mhm.
Every day, it bothers me. I've been asking myself, what else? I mean, we need to be out in the streets by the thousands. How is it that you're not concerned about another human being who is a member of the same race of people as you are? How can you not be disturbed about this? What kind of people are we? We allow people to do any and everything to us. What kind of picture is this painting for our children?
Mhm.
This affects children. These children are not crazy. They hear, they understand,
Mama
they
Doris.
have feelings.
Let me say some Mama Doris. And the little check that they're giving them, that's cheap, because for replacements, they supposed to give you at least $8,000 up to $10,600. That's what they supposed to give you for replacement. And that's real talk.
Yeah,
What they
but
giving people? They
but
giving
but the,
peanuts. Go ahead.
but the insult,
Yes.
the immorality, the unconstitutionality of it all is that we are allowing them to do it. We are allowing them. We're taking care of everybody. These are our tax dollars. These
Mhm.
people have spent almost $1 billion on people from another part of the world who fled their country because they did not have the courage or the know-how or just the human decency to stay and build their own country, fight for the rights that they should have in their own country. They flee here, they fled here, and then they come here because they listened to the propaganda. Black folks are lazy. Black people don't want to work. Well, you're the ones who are lazy. You were too lazy to stand up in your country and fight your government, because we fight this government every day. This is corrupt, murderous, racist, white supremacist government. We fight this government every day. And how dare they? We have to Martin, we have to challenge these people. People,
Mhm.
we have got to rise up. Or does it have to be your family before you say something? Because it's just a matter of time before it will hit all of us. It's already affecting all this money that you're spending.
Mhm.
So let someone else. I want to
Okay.
hear what someone else has.
All right. I got another caller. Hold on, 900. Okay, listen. On 121st in Indiana, they did a mass eviction last Friday. I believe the address is 1053 West 71st Street. That's right there across the street from, right across by, it's a school right there. I believe it's a grammar school, Aberdeen. It was like 20 apartments up in there. They did the same thing. People, they're making room. I'm telling you, a lot of these management companies, these private owners, they want to rent to the migrants. They get more money. They could sell, listen, they can make a lot of money just selling rooms, just having rooms. I'm telling you.
And
And
the
well,
city
you say,
is
well,
going to use your tax dollars to pay for it.
yeah. And you said, well, Martin, well, they only give them 9,000. They're gonna stop paying them. But see, they banking on the migrants. putting them to work. So they're not really worried about them going to pay the rent. They know majority of them probably is going to pay the rent because they're going to make sure by giving them employment. You know, the excuse
Martin, they're going to subsidize these people as long as necessary for the sole purpose of replacing Black people, running us off the land. They are doing everything. The government of the United States, because this could not happen without it coming from the top. The government of the United States is going to subsidize these people as long as necessary. And these are military-age young men. Most of these people coming into this country are military-age young men. It is to replace us. It is to run us off the land. If they get Chicago, we can hang it up. Boston, Massachusetts, as I speak, they're doing the same thing in Boston, Massachusetts, in Roxbury. Roxbury is a predominantly Black area in Boston, poor area in Boston, where they're moving these people into. They're not dropping them in predominantly white neighborhoods, Asian neighborhoods, Mexican, Arab neighborhoods, because these people will not allow it. These people will not allow it. They have studied us and they have gauged just how much we are going to do. And they're absolutely right.
Okay. I got one of my controversial callers on here. 900. Let's see what you got to say.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, Martin. How you doing tonight?
I had to warn everybody because they might not want to hear what you got to say, but go ahead and talk. Go ahead.
What did you say?
I can't hear you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so did you pose a question? Because I just tuned in.
No.
Okay. The title.
Okay, well, just if you don't know what we talking about, just hold on. We talk about mass.
No, I do.
We're not. We're talking about mass evictions. What we're witnessing, we're witnessing a pattern here in the Black communities.
Okay, so let me add into that because I listen to other YouTube channels and they've been talking about this for the past like 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
And the main thing this guy has said is he was talking specifically about Black women getting evicted the most, and he was saying that the reason is they're being like just exactly what you were saying. They're being replaced. They're going to be replaced with these migrants. And he was talking also about,
illegal immigrants.
Yeah. The terms are interchangeable to me.
No, illegal economic immigrants. Call them what they are. If you cannot talk the truth and facts, then please don't spew this stuff tonight.
Well, look, I'm just calling them by the word that I hear them use the most.
And that's the word that the United States government is using. Let's stop using these white people's terminology. That is what they want us to do.
Okay, by these illegal immigrants, the systems are going to be replaced by these illegal immigrants coming over, and he's also been talking about how with so many, and these are his words now. This is what I'm just repeating what he's saying. He's saying with so many Black women being on this Section 8, he was saying that when it comes time, he's saying the problem with that is if the government ever imposes like certain qualifications that you must do, or like he was mostly talking about this when it pertained to the pandemic, like he was saying stuff like, well, what's going to happen if you got to get certain medical procedures done, or you got to put your kids on certain medications to be able to continue to qualify for this housing. And he was basically saying when you are at the behest of the government like that, if you're put in a position to choose between like your body autonomy or what's best for your children over housing, it's a recipe for disaster.
Now, who said that? Who said that?
It's this channel I've been listening to for a couple years now. It's called A Gathering 144, and he's a Hebrew Israelite, and I definitely am not a Hebrew Israelite. I don't endorse that aspect of him, but he's a Black man. It's usually two of them on there, but he's an eloquent speaker. He's he has like a nice YouTube setup, and he does like a couple hours long live streams. And I listen to him because he is very informative, and I like his topics, but I don't necessarily agree with his religious aspects, but I can, my philosophy in life is chew the meat, spit out the bones. So, take what you can get. But that's just what he's been saying. And it has been really interesting. Like, I got someone in my family personally who's on Section 8 and have been for like going on 10, 11 years. And I do wonder, I don't know if Section 8 has a lifespan or how long you can be on it. But I do sometimes, I listen closely to what he's saying about that because, it makes me think, well, could this happen to the person in my family? And it is interesting to see. I haven't personally heard of illegal immigrants taking over housing that Black women were once occupying, like Section 8 housing. I don't know if that's happening or not. I haven't heard anything about that. But
Okay.
that's just what he's saying.
Go.
May I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Doris.
Most people who are in Section 8 are white people. That's what we have to be very careful about.
Tell her.
They use
tell her.
us. They use
Thank you.
us to do whatever it is that they are promoting that's to their advantage. Most people who are on Section 8 are white. That's the
that would make sense because they're more of the population than Black people are. So just by simple numbers, that would make more sense. Just like there's more white people on food stamps. There's more white people than Black people.
Think about it like this, sister. These illegal economic immigrants, they are on Section 8 too when you're taking care of them the way they're taking care of them. What's the difference? They're not even legal citizens of this country. So we cannot, you have Black people who are who are worse than white people sometimes when it comes to talking about us. We have to stop these people from doing that. It is an attack on us as a race of people. Well, if Barack Obama can give money to those bankers during the 2008 housing debacle, it was the white men and women on Wall Street who put together that package. It was the lawyers, it was the brokers, it was the bond rating company, it was the accounting company. It was all of those people who put that package together and pushed it in the Black community in 2008, which caused Black people, 50% or more of Black people, lose their homes and lose the equity in their homes. Barack Obama bailed out those same bankers. And here we're going to let somebody get on a program and talk about a poor sister on Section 8. We're talking about corporations that America bails out all the time. Don't let them do that. Don't let them talk like that. You have to read and study so you can challenge these people. It is about them attacking Black people. When they attack a Section 8 sister, they're attacking you. They're attacking me. But they use poor people, Black people, and use this stuff to promote this nonsense and this propaganda. We cannot allow that.
Well, look, when it comes to Section 8 housing, if you don't own that property. And I know
what they're doing.
They can do whatever they can do it. You're at their leisure. If they want to take that housing from you, they can do that, and they have every right to do that. That's not your thing.
They could take these banks, but they don't take these banks. We're not steal from people every day. No, we're talking about. No. We're talking about money.
Eviction in the Black community,
ma'am. But what I'm trying to get you to do is to make the connection here.
Okay.
Well, look, if Black people don't own their homes, there really is nothing that you can do when it comes to these evictions, because it's the same thing goes to these apartments. The same thing goes to these apartments. There's really nothing you can do. It comes down to ownership.
You know what?
So,
No, it doesn't. They don't have to evict them. They don't have to evict them. They are evicting these people.
What's the answer? What's
the answer is not evicting them. They don't have to evict them. They are evicting them because they have another agenda. They're going to put some illegal immigrants in there who will also be. Yeah, okay, but what I'm saying,
I'm agreeing with you there.
They're going to put these people in there, and they're going to be paying Section 8 for them. So if they can pay Section 8 for them, then they can pay Section 8 for our people who have paid taxes in this country, who are legal citizens of this country. They do not have to evict them. They're evicting them because they want to move us off the land. We are very close to being evicted as Black people in general.
And I'm letting you know that the reason they want to evict Black people off the land is because, like I said a couple of shows ago, the Democrats know and they can see that they are losing the Black vote. And they know that if they bring these people from other countries, provide them with resources, they know that they will have their vote for years to come. And when those people start having children, those children are going to know it's just going to be a system.
Let me ask you this: should we allow it?
No, we shouldn't allow. But what are we going to do about it?
Rise up, and fight back like other communities are doing.
How are we going to do that? How are we going to do that?
First of all, we've got to start caring about one another. Start caring about one another and say enough is enough. You will not do it, and come out by the thousands and show it. And that's the problem we have. We won't do it.
You know that's not going to happen.
No,
it's happening right now.
People are doing things.
Hold it, guys. Let's take this new caller. We already had one hang up, a couple of them hang up. 2228, new caller. Let's see what you have to say. We're talking about mass eviction in the Black communities. Hey, caller.
Hi, my name is Wanda.
Hey, Wanda.
How are you?
I'm great.
I stayed in a building. The address is 1053 West 70th Street, Aberdeen. Last week, they busted in my door, and I didn't know anything about evictions, or I didn't get no papers to go to court. They told me that I had to leave, and they locked the doors. And it was really terrible. The building is not being taken care of. I don't know who the owner is. I believe I know the last owner. He had passed. Okay, it was stuff that needed to be done in the building. They came to everybody's door, telling them that they have to leave.
Did they offer you guys any money? Did they offer you guys any money?
No, they did. No, they did.
Okay.
Nope.
Now let me say this.
Is this Section 8?
No, it's not Section 8.
I'm not Section 8.
No.
It doesn't have to be Section 8.
Right.
No, this is not Section 8. I was paying regular rent.
That's what I meant when I said.
That's a common tactic. That's a common tactic that they use when these investors want to come in and buy out the property.
But that's why
they let the building go to crap, and then they come in and buy it up.
Right. But that's what we're talking about. Mass and listen. But see, what they supposed to do, if they want everybody to move, they supposed to buy them out. And the law says $8,000 to $10,600. That's enough to move and everything and send you on your way. Them checks to move.
Okay. Well, I wasn't offered anything.
And you're not
told me that I had. They told me that I had to leave. The Cook County Sheriff was with the person. I don't even know who the person is. I never seen them before, and I've been there 11 years.
Ma'am, how many people did they evict? Did they move out?
Everybody in the building.
How many units in the building?
About how many people are we talking about?
It's 24 apartments in the building. It's a very big building.
Did y'all organize and try to come together and go downtown and see about this, or did y'all just up and leave?
That's what
No, we up and left. Well, you have some people that still staying in the building.
Ma'am. That's the problem, because they know the reason they take advantage like this is because they know that the majority of people are not going to come together and challenge them, and that's the problem. If they was to try that in a different kind of community, they know that people are well connected and more informed that wouldn't have flew.
You're absolutely right.
I'm willing.
This is why I say we need a community, because they know that we lack community. They can come in and do these type of things, and they can take advantage because they know most of us are ignorant of the law. They know that.
Well, I'm willing to do everything I can.
Well, sister, what I would suggest to you to do is get with those people who were evicted and you all start organizing. Also try to contact some of the other people who have been evicted. That's how you start to start a mass movement. Try to make contact with others who have been evicted, and anybody you can get to come on board. We're going to have to organize. We can't jump up and run, because I'm one step from it happening. All of us are one step from it happening. And the problem is that most of us do not think that it can happen to us. Most of us don't seem to care about our sisters and brothers, and that's the problem. But it is in every Black person's doorstep. I'm right here in Hyde Park. They have moved about 600 people into this hotel over here next to me. I live in a condominium. Oh, wow. They do not care. They do not care. No, they don't. So we are going to have to organize. We cannot continue to lie down and allow these people to do that to us. We have to organize.
Exactly. I agree.
Well, look. What's the incentive for these investors and these property owners or whoever to come in and do right by people who they observe don't do right by themselves and won't advocate for themselves? I'm not saying it's okay for them to do that, because we know it's not. But I'm saying we know the ways of the world. If somebody can see an opportunity to take advantage, they're going to do that. They're going to do that. So the only answer here is to step up and advocate for yourself and be knowledgeable of the law. I tell everyone, if you are living in an apartment of any kind, I don't care what neighborhood, black neighborhood, white neighborhood, because I'm gonna tell you right now, what happened to you doesn't just happen to Black people. Okay, I know. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and even in a lot of these white neighborhoods. It's
happening. Yes, it is.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not.
No, I disagree.
No. They are fighting back.
900.
They are fighting back.
It's not only a white issue. It's not only.
They are fighting back. They are fighting back.
I've seen.
Yes, they do fight back.
Hold it.
They do.
Let me say this. 900. Hold it. I seen it on 79th and Cottage Grove. That's a big building. They put everybody as all Black. 121st in Indiana, a whole complex, all Black. 1053 West 71st Street, all Black. All Black. All these, all Black mass evictions. All Black.
I'm not denying it, but I'm just letting you know. It does not only happen to apartments where Black people live. It happens in apartments where white people live too. Sometimes
they have not run white people out of those apartments.
No. Sometimes they'll give you a day notice. Other times they'll give you a white people.
They have not run white people out of those apartment buildings.
It's mostly Black.
They have not run white people out of those apartment buildings. Understand. It is to move us.
Excuse me. Look.
It's to move us off the land.
I hear you. Can I say something? Can I say something?
Stop talking about they're doing it to white people. They're not.
Can I say something? Excuse me. I never look. We can't just pretend and that this only happens to Black people. Okay, I understand for the sake of this conversation, we're talking about Black people.
What white people have been evicted?
I'm letting you know
white people have been evicted?
That this does not only happen to Black people in these.
What white people have they evicted?
Okay, well, I'm down here in a different state. So in my state, it absolutely does happen, because I read about it on my local Facebook group, and these are people who are paying $2,000, $2,300 a month for rent, and it's happening to them. So just know that it's not just happening to Black people.
They have evicted them to put illegal immigrants in their place.
I don't know.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
I just read about them having these getting 30 days notice to move out all of a sudden.
Have they moved them out?
In the middle of their lease.
My question is this. Have they moved them out to replace them with illegal?
I don't know.
Okay, then talk about what you know. Talk about what you know. They know why. Talk about what you know.
Hold it. We got a new caller. Hold it. 4093. 4093. Last 4 digits.
Just live uncut.
How you doing?
I agree with. I'm doing all right. God bless everyone tonight. And I'm going to be a conscientious listener. But I'll just say this here. You know, when the sister said that how you know you're going to expect people to care about us when we don't care about ourselves, you know, we don't know how far that's going to go. Because we still call one another the N-word in every 50 states.
Right.
And that's why people look at us. And then when y'all get on Martin's show, y'all want to try to make it seem like somebody coming against Black people. But Black people, we are our own downfall. We don't hear nobody else going around calling themselves out of their name. So people are not going to respect us.
Yes,
we always going
right.
to be on the front line.
You know what?
And
That's
what I'm saying. You say you want to know what?
No, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Let him talk.
Excuse me.
Just because you disagree with him, let him talk.
Hold it.
White
900.
disagree with
Hold
each
it.
other.
Hold it.
White people disagree with each other. Asian people disagree with each other. Hispanics disagree
But
with
you
each
don't
other.
hear them going around.
900. Hold it, 900. Hold it.
You don't know what they call each other in their own
No,
language.
ma'am, please.
No,
You
no,
don't know what they call
Y'all
each
hold
other
it.
in their own language. But we're not. But see, every time we have these shows, we come on and we talk about what Black people are doing to
right.
one another. We're talking about Black people coming together to
Tell the
help
truth
one another because
and
we
shame
are
the
one
devil.
step away from the same things happening to us. That's what we're talking about. We're not on here to talk about what Black people do to one another.
Thank
All
you.
races of people do
Thank
something
you.
to each other that
Thank
they shouldn't be doing at some point in time. So let's stop talking about what Black people do to each other. Let's talk about us helping Black people who are being evicted so that they can be replaced with illegal economic immigrants using our tax dollars to take care of other people from around the world. That is what we should be concerned about. We've got to stop this.
And I told Martin that those people have already feel like they've given us 400 years to get ourselves together.
Excuse me, Martin, do not let this man
know.
come on tonight talking all this nonsense.
Okay, all right then. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
You're talking about Oregon. Are you going to come out and demonstrate and fight this government and these legislators here in this city about what they're doing to our people? Are you going to join that crowd of people that we're trying to organize, that we're trying to reach tonight? Are you going to join us?
No, I'm not going to be there. No, I'm not going to.
You need to hang up because you don't have a solution. All you want to do is down Black people.
That's right.
Check yourself. Where did this self-hatred of yourself and your people come from? There's a cause and there's an effect.
Okay, all right, I got you. Okay, y'all go ahead.
Okay, we got another caller. I'm gonna butt the line real quick. Sarge, go ahead, Sarge. I think that's 9112. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
The topic.
Man, the sister's definitely right. You know, you do have mass everything against as a Black people. I'm seeing it happen in these northern cities every day. I'm seeing it. You got in New York, they done pulled the kids out of school, got them doing remote learning from home because they moving the immigrants in those high schools. So those kids are not socializing with each other, learning social skills. The only way you learn social skills is you have to be able to interact with people and not just on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and whatever. No, you have to actually have that human on human because, you know, you got to have that. That's how you socialize, not computerize. You see what I'm saying?
But you know what?
And it's true.
But you know what,
brother?
Brother, they moved those people. They moved those kids back into that school because the people rose up.
Tell the
Yeah,
truth.
but the thing is this: you look
And
at all the
shame
other, look at
them.
everything else that's going on. They giving them talking about we got to test a pilot program of 500 immigrants. We're gonna give them $1,000 a month on a credit card so that they could.
No. I'm not gonna let you spin
important.
this. Hold it, brother. Listen, we're talking about
I'm not
solutions.
spending nothing,
Hold
Martin.
on.
It's
No,
very important.
you going off. You know, brother. You I'm not gonna let you do it tonight.
Another thing too. The sad part about this, like what happened in New York with the school, though the politicians, the lawyers, the community, they came together and they put pressure on that government up there, and they put those children back into that school. We don't have anyone here in Chicago to stand up for us. We don't have lawyers. We've been trying to find a lawyer. We don't have lawyers. We don't have politicians. We don't have the religious community, the education community. We don't have anyone to stand up for us. Whereas in these communities, in the white communities, I've been watching New York, they're lawyers, they're politicians, they're lawmakers, they're judges. They come together and they pass ordinances and laws to stop this. We don't have that here in Chicago. So we can't beat her. This sister who just got put out, she's doing the best that she can. I would suggest to you, sister, organize those people. Go to your alderman's office and you keep the pressure on him. He's a legislator. He was elected to represent the people in your area. Let's keep pressure on these elected officials because they're the ones who are down there voting for all of this money to go to these people. They're the ones who are passing the resolutions for Palestine and all that stuff going on around other parts of the world and not taking care of the citizens of Chicago. So this is what we need to do. We don't have anyone to help us. Okay. So we can't beat up on black people. They're doing the best that they can. You get put out. It's not easy to go find another place overnight. It's not easy. You don't have the resources. These people have all of the money and resources that they need. This is a part of that New American plan that Mark Carter has been talking about, that we've had teach-ins about, plan for immigrants only in the city of Chicago and all around this country. These were legislations that were put in place by the government of the United States under Joe Biden with the help of the Congressional Black Caucus members. They voted for these legislations specifically for immigrants. They voted for those laws. They co-sponsored some of those laws. And they're supposed to be helping us. We have no one to help us. We're like sheep out here who are lost. So we have to come together ourselves and support one another. So my sister, this is what I would say to you. Organize as many people as you can, and you all stay on that elected official. You have an alderman. Who's your alderman, sister?
I don't know who that alderman is.
You've been living in that. See, sister, listen. That's why we have to get involved. Yes. See, stuff like this when we don't know. You've been living in that area for 11 years. You don't know who the alderman is. See, you got to find out. Find out.
And you got to know this. You got to know this, and we've got to become strategic because these aldermen are not winning by large percentage of voters. I live here in the 5th Ward, Desmond Yancey. Between the Desmond Yancey and the Horn woman that ran, between the two of them, it was only 12,000 votes cast out of 51,000 registered voters. Desmond Yancey won by 294 votes. So we've got to start looking at these numbers and these people we are electing. We've got to take these aldermen out who are in there now. They have sold us out. They are down there making laws. They're making laws. So, sister, this is another solution. Start educating yourself about who the alderman is in that ward where you are. You have one. We've got to get involved and put people in who will represent our interests. So there are things we can do. So I'm about
You're right.
solutions and
You're right.
organizing.
Right.
It's not all doom and gloom, sister. There are things we can do. So organize the people that you can. You all find out who that alderman is. You make a visit to his alderman, and you don't let up off him.
Well,
Or her.
I'm gonna say,
No,
yeah,
hold on, sister.
you can get.
Hold it, sister. Listen. This is what we ain't gonna do. Let me just keep it. We're not here to attack black people. That's what we're not gonna do. We're here for some solutions.
I ain't attacking nobody.
I ain't say you was. I'm just telling you what we were gonna do. I didn't accuse you. I said we're not here to attack. We know what black people do. We know we drink, we smoke, we know all these things. What we're trying to do, we got a sister on here that's in need. She needs help. And we need to educate these people. Now, we've seen this thing happen 4 times. Once in Harvey. They did it in Harvey. They did it on 121st in Indiana. They did it right here on 1053 West 71st Street. And they did it on
West 70th Street.
70th Street. And they did it right on 79th for Cottage Grove. This is becoming a pattern. In every last one of these places. Yeah, 79th. Every last one of these places is where black people live, and more than 20 apartments. Every place. So this is, listen,
they know that.
They know that, and see, they're attacking, they're attacking these places where a lot of these trouble buildings, where it's drug activity, slum landlords, slum management, they're attacking those buildings right away because a lot of these management and these private owners know that it's big bucks coming from the mayor to house these migrants.
Guaranteed money.
Guaranteed. Let's go to Sister Erica. Sister Erica, come on. 678. Come on, sister. Get you in, and I got 2 more calls after you. Go ahead. Sister Erica.
Yes, Brother Martin. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the sister know that, as what Sister Doris said, you really need to call your alderman and put pressure on them, as well as I'm just gonna tell you, you don't have to be homeless, okay? Get some of the guys in your family to go and scope out one of these nice buildings and tell them to cut the locks off and move in there. We have to do the same thing that they're doing, and I know that's radical. I know that sounds really radical, but at this point, we cannot keep just sitting by, you know what I'm saying, praying and hoping and wishing that something happens to make our situation better. I'm not getting ready to live on the street for nobody, especially when I see what has happened right here in South Shore. And they done moved 400 and something people into, I think, maybe 2 properties, or I don't know if it's one building, but
it's 2 properties. I think it's 2 properties.
No, they're not. Yeah, in two buildings, but 400 and something people. So they're not, adhering to any laws. They're not adhering to the compliance laws or anything else. So I'm just I don't know if you have children or what your situation is, but don't let them have you sleeping out here on the ground. That's all I'm telling you. We have to get to a point where we're going to be just as crazy as they are. If they're crazy enough to put us out, then guess what? Then, okay, good. I'm getting ready to go claim me what the Moors call a domicile. I'm going to claim me a domicile over here. It's been empty for all these years, and now these blood-sucking parasites are coming out the woodwork to get this money from the city of Chicago to house these people, And instead of them, if they want to do so much good, you can step up and donate some tickets for them to go back home. That's what you can do. You see what I'm saying? The money that Brandon is spending, Brandon knows that the city is overwhelmed. Instead of him keep trying to force them people on the Black community while displacing us. At any point, he could just start giving them tickets to go back from where they came from. But that's not part of their plan. This is a plan to displace us. This is a plan to get them new voters. This is a plan to help them feed the Social Security Fund once again, because they've robbed it. The pension funds, they've robbed that. And it's a plan about, they have. And when I say they robbed it, I mean these politicians. And see, it's going to come to a point they going to get rounded up and they going to end up in the federal pen. Yep. And see, that's when they're going to be looking at us for support. But we're not going to give them any support, and we're not going to feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? So, my whole point, that's my thing, Brother Martin. Mm-hmm. We cannot keep allowing our people to get put out or anything like this. We need a group right now. If any brothers listening out there, you don't have to call in and say nothing, but please, you know how to get in touch with us. Reach out, and we need to start claiming these buildings.
That's right.
You know what? And sister, I don't use this opportunity to empower yourself. Don't let them defeat you. Don't let them destroy your spirit, because that's the purpose. Use this opportunity to empower yourself. If you have family members, friends, or the other people who get put out there, organize and be at that alderman's office. You could be there tomorrow. Go there tomorrow. Go there every day. Because when you're doing something, you feel empowered. Right. So don't let them destroy your spirit. You have not done. One thing I want you to understand, my dear sister, you have not done one thing wrong. Not one thing. Yes, this is the government of the United States that is headed by this wicked, wicked devil, Joe Biden.
Yes, it is.
That black people put in office. This is the same man who passed that crime bill back in the 80s, 3 strikes and you're out, and destroyed black families. Got a teaspoonful of crack, you go to jail for 30 years. But the white boys up there on Wall Street and these white men and women and young people around America strung out on cocaine. Well, crack comes from cocaine. And then they want to just belittle us and make us think that we're the worst people in the world. Most of the people who are on drugs are white people. That's the FBI that's the FBI statistic, not Doris Lewis. But that's what the media does. They paint us in the most negative light in every way that there is, and we jump on that bandwagon. We've got to stay off that bandwagon, because they don't care about the black billionaire, the black millionaire, the uneducated black person, or the black person. They are after black people. It is to replace us. That's the New American plan, and it's all over the country. It's a plan that they put together to impact black people all over the country. And when they tried it out there in New York, those white community, the people in the community came together. They forced their legislators and their lawyers to get involved. The community came together and said, if you don't do it, you will not be in office. And that we have got to become politically active in a strategic manner. So there's something you can do. Don't take it lying down. You cannot. That's where we make our mistake. We move on and find us some place to live. No place is safe, because they're out to remove us. They've done it in California. They've done it in California.
That's what they're trying to do, move us out.
Watch is to be 60% black. All black. It is 60% Spanish-speaking people. And the gangs out in California ran black people out of their homes, out of their communities. I think it was this last summer when some of them were indicted. So it is about us. We have no allies. We have no friends. The only friends we have are each other.
Okay.
We have
Yep.
each other.
Hold it right
That's
there,
true.
Sister Doris. Let me take this other call. Donna Brown, you're welcome to call in. I want to hear from you. You could be my special guest tonight on YouTube. Donna Brown. Donna Brown, call in. Okay, Dr. I'm finna post a number up here. I got Dr. Sanders. She's next. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. I think that's you. Yeah. Post a number up here.
Hey, good evening. I've been listening to all of you all, and Ms. Doris, that is true. I wanted to give you all a short story about what happened here in Woodlawn. Back in 2004, Martin, I don't know if you remember, but there was an apartment building that caught on fire right here at 62nd Street, right off of Evans, and they displaced 11 families. So I happened to be coming from the store with my children, and I said, okay, what's going on? So I'm looking around, I'm going and I'm asking questions, and the families are out in the street, didn't have nowhere to go. So I took it up on myself, and another preacher came along, and we went to Arenda Troutman's office. And I said to her, I said, we have 11 families that have been burned out. You can help them get Section 8. She told me, well, you know, it's a process. I said, listen, we're talking about children, not independent people by themselves. We're talking about families. So she shot it down. I said, okay. We went to Bishop Brazier's church. We talked to them. They told us, and I'm telling you what they said, well, they're not members of our church, and we've already given out a lot of money. That's what they said. So guess what I did? I went to the Woodlawn Resource Center, and I reached out to former program radio station manager Sandra Robinson. She will tell you, we were on the news. And I solicited through email and told her, we need landlords, we need somebody to come help these families. As they did, Channel 572, they were there at Cook School. We put them over in Cook School. Guess when I made that announcement, those families got placed. It can be done.
It can be done.
No, it can be done. I did it for those families. They were renting out houses. Some of them even ended up living on 32nd in Indiana when they was building up a lot of those new homes. And so I made noise. I didn't go to my church. You know why? Because I know they couldn't help. And when the churches in Woodlawn said, oh, we already allocated money out for the year, we don't have no much good. I said, so you mean to tell me they got to be a member of your church to help your community? This may be one that will help them come. But no, they didn't. So when Sandra Robinson and Effie Robb and DeAndre Patterson, they came and they set up shop at Cook School, elementary school over here on where the Michael said. We were there. Money we raised just for the families that were there. We raised over $5,000. I called for my backup crew, Chicago Mass, Percy Gray came. A lot of them came. They bought clothes, food, they bought appliances, brand new stuff, and we divided the funds. But I'm gonna tell you the tip to radio. 1390 wanted to take the money. I stepped back because I told Sandra Robinson that was not the deal. The deal was to divide the money to the families so they can be able to get a fresh start. And I said, if you don't, I'm going to take you to court because you're stealing the money from the families. This was a free ministry work. I wasn't getting no cut. I wasn't looking for no cut. And I said, not there is a law. There was Sue Radio Broadcasting. At the time, Taft Harris was managing it. He pulled back. He sure did. Because I was going to leak it out. I was going to tell it. I didn't care. Because my neighbors were homeless. I was a victim of fire. I know how it is to be homeless. I know how it is not to have anything. But those families got the money and they had a better, fresh life. So young ladies, if you need some help, you can reach out. I make noise. I really will. When I get pissed, I get pissed. You can reach out. Don't worry about the church. If some of them gonna have all that. No. If you got an email, just email all of whoever you got in the radio station, 102 whatever, 13. That's you make your voice heard like that. You gotta step up and you gotta fight, no matter what adversity will come. Trust me. Trust me. And they came out. And I don't know if you remember in 2004 in July, when that apartment building, now it's remodeled into a brand new building because it was messed up. The landlord had a whole lot of violations, and those families, and I still got to apply to it, basically were homeless until I just took it upon myself because I said I had no help. Nobody helped me. My children and I was going through a divorce, had to stay in a shelter. Had to, because I had no help. I fought for my community. So you can do it. Learn who your older person is. Learn who your state representative is. Go in the office. Tell them what's going on. Don't be, scared. Open your mouth. Because they did it in the 60s. That's how we protested. So you have that decision. Why you think the four freedom fighters taught you how to vote? You got a right to express, I need a place to stay.
That's right.
That's how you do it. And if you need backup, you got me.
That's right. And on tomorrow, anybody in that building who was put out, you need to contact him. You need to go to that alderman's office, and as the sister just said, find out who your state representative is. Organize as many people as you can. Call the television station and let them know that you've been evicted, you've been put out, so that they can put the immigrants in there. You've just got to be radical and just act like you're crazy. You'll get some attention. Call in the WBOE and call into any station you can call in, but put pressure on those elected officials. They have a responsibility to help their constituents. Whether you voted for them or not, they have a response. But you cannot lie down. You got to use this opportunity to organize and empower yourself. That's what they're counting on us not doing.
Right.
And try to hook up with other people who have been evicted.
Okay.
We got to start connecting the dots.
Let's take this other call. Okay, 630 area code. Come on, caller. 630.
Hey, Martin, how's it going, man?
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I've been listening for a little while, and I agree. I see there's opposition as far as saying that white people are being evicted out of places. I can't see it. Definitely not here in Chicago. They're pouring those people into the black neighborhoods, Inglewood, the West Side. Not so much in affluent areas. You're not even hearing them much in any of the suburbs. But I think in New York, they dumped them in Manhattan, in places where a lot of those people that have businesses and some of the property owners. That's why they were able to get those kids back to school. But I got a bone to pick, man. I really can't stand when you got people have a right to their opinion, and I'm going to voice mine. As far as what you talking about, the eviction, and you've been talking about these people along with Sister Doris and several other people, that we in a dire situation. Don't nobody want to hear about what black people doing to each other right now, man. That's not a quick fix, and it's not all our fault that we are killing each other or having situations. It's not our fault. It's not all of it. Some of it might be, but it's not all our fault when you've been oppressed and people dumping drugs and chemicals and all kind of stuff and holding you back. We got a sector of our people, man, that do not want to face that. Fixing us, and yes, I've heard you say it. I've said, yeah, we got a problem. We got some sick people. But that can't be fixed overnight. Not before these people take over and make you almost obsolete. That's the problem at hand right now. And people are not getting it. you know, and then to come on your show and talk about black people could have got it together for 400 years, and how could you if somebody had their thumb? It's a few of us, including myself, that escaped and got out and able to progress, but it's more people that haven't been able to get out. And why would you come and bring your blackface ass on a show and try to stop you, Sister Doris, for trying to help your people with an excuse that we got bad behavior? That's crazy. And in the same token, you doing just what these people that's in power, you taking their thoughts and giving them a reason to continue what. Yeah, look at them. They acting a fool. They don't need nothing. But all of us are now acting a fool. So what are you saying? Just because we got a few bad apples, I don't care what the numbers are, that the people that are trying to do right in life, we got to suffer too.
That's right. That's
because
right. I agree with
because
you,
your mindset and because of a white man's mindset, I don't deserve the same mortgage as the next person. I should be downtrodden, afflicted, held back because there's crime amongst black people. No. And anytime you see somebody trying to discourage somebody that's trying to do right, they the enemy as well as whoever, white man, call it whatever you want. It's not. It's years ago. My grandparent and I'm 62. My grandparent would be near 100. I got a lot of good out of them, but it's a lot that they saw that I couldn't fathom. And pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Get out here and work. And yeah, those are good attributes for any, especially black man. But when it's not there for you, this ain't 1942, 1940, when you can go get up and get a job at General Motors, Ford, or whatever. These young men are not having the same opportunity. And then you get a job and you're getting underpaid. They're giving you jobs with no benefits, or you don't get a pension versus what you got in 1940 or 1950. So anybody that's talking against what y'all doing, man, not only should be quiet, but take a look at themselves. Is you the same? Those are the same type people that will go along with oppressing you just to make themselves look big and feel good about themselves. And I'm not like that. And I see there's quite a few people that's not like that. I don't even live in Chicago, but guess what? I'm doing all right, but I see what's coming. But I got family that's not doing all right. They live in Chicago. They stand a chance for somebody to come and evict them. That's all I got to say. Okay. I appreciate y'all.
Man, I thank you so much. And people right now, we're in the critical need and all that. And we can pick out 100 things that what black people are not doing or what they can't do or whatever they should be doing. We could do that. Listen, people, this is time of need. A lot of us that do all that type of talking, we won't put our money where our mouth is. We have property. We won't rent to black people. We want white people in our property. So it's a lot going on. People, listen, I don't care. Listen, I don't care if a person's on drugs or they're alcoholic or they're criminal. Everybody deserves a place to live. Period. Everybody. Trust me. Here you have people over here that never paid into the system. Nobody have died on this soil that's related to them, but they over here getting all the benefits. And that's real talk. We got another call. Let me take this caller. 2993 caller. Oh, sorry, I got another caller before. I'm so hold on. 2401. 2401. You're next.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I was talking about the way things are going. They got this white man has got this design this way, and we've been seeing it come in and never do nothing about it. I mean, the people are constantly losing. They got so many people on Section 8, so many, and they know that if they can put them on, they can take them off real easy. And you got these foreigners that's buying these buildings on the Chicago West Side. They turn Ogden, that's the dividing line, Ogden between North and South. The blacks are moving out due to the crime, and then the people are coming there buying up these buildings, and the blacks are moving out. They're trying to eliminate all of us. They don't want us in the city anymore. They were driving us out of the city. Now they're going to try to drive us out of the country. Believe me. You know, I've seen this stuff coming a long time. We have no political leader now. I mean, Dr. King was there, and Dr. King represented us. He died, and then Jesse Jackson retired, and now nobody's representing this mayor. He's acting like he's in tech and doing everything what the white man wants him to do. So I don't know what we are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We need to come together. We need to have another march. I mean, a big march. Need more people to speak. Need a lot more people to speak, because the handful of people that are speaking, a lot of people, we're talking loud and saying nothing.
Okay.
We need something. Change needs to come. The change has got to come. And if the change don't come, it's going to be too late for us.
Mm-hmm. You sound like you're older gentleman, huh?
Oh yeah, we talked before.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, I like what you're saying. You know, we gotta do something, brother, because if we sit on our hands, it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. It's definitely
you had a lot. I mean, you had a lot of people speaking this. People are moving out of the country, out of the city, and the migrants are picking up all of this. I've seen it. I've seen them out here in the western suburbs. I've seen them go. I mean, they committing all these crimes, and they're getting a pat on the back, and they're out the next day. It's sick, Martin. I don't know. It's sick, and if you do anything to them, then you're in trouble. But it's bad. We all have to do something. They need to plan a big, large march for these blacks, because at this march, if we plan a big march, I mean, you got Danny Davis. Danny Davis is Congress. He's old. He's out of touch now.
Been out of touch.
King is gone. Yeah, Jesse Jackson is gone. So he's congressman. He's not even doing anything. He's there because they reelected him. He's just sitting by there. He's them to have Alzheimer's. So believe me, we have to do something. Young people have. It's got to be somebody to represent us, to stand up for us, and we all need to stand and have a pretty big march to open up a lot of eyes for a lot of people. They know these young blacks are killing up each other. The drug dealers are getting rich and thinking they this and that, but they own nothing. They're talking out and saying nothing. And when they put them out to the city, it's going to be done. It's going to be like over there by the United Center. Once that was all black area with the projects and everything. It may have been bad, but the blacks had it. They tore it down, and now the United Center is there and everything. We have to do something for these people to stay in their house and not be put out like animals. They put them out, putting migrants in there, but you got the foreigners, the ones buying the buildings and putting these people out. Martin, I mean, I like to really stay in touch because I really like to plan one of the biggest marches there is that they ever seen. And we need to stand together. We need to march together. We need to speak together.
Mhm. Okay, hold it right there. Let me
So what
take.
would you say?
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that. Well, let's go to this next caller. 2993. 2993. Next caller. 2993.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Can you hear
evening.
me, Martin?
Loud and clear.
Peace and blessings to everyone.
Peace.
My name is activist Jasmine Smith. I have been an activist now for 2 years. Martin, I chimed into a lot of your lives and speaking about our community and what's going on here in Chicago, Illinois. I can honestly say it's a lot of things that I agree with and it's a lot of things that I don't agree with when a lot of people is chiming in and voicing their opinion. But I'm gonna agree with the mister that just got off the phone speaking about everyone that I hear, everyone say that we all need to come together. And this is I'm gonna stand in my hand and I'm gonna get my number on the air because I meet with different organizations that's talking the same talk and everybody is divided and everybody is over here and over there and no one is really connecting with each other like we should to successfully accomplish what everyone is saying. We all need to come together. We all need to march. We all need to stand on it. Me personally, I'm more crucial when it comes to us just marching. Like, we never got nothing from these people ever. The Democrats or the Republicans, everything that we get, we have to take or we have to fight for it. They never given us anything. Like this migrant situation. Trump tried to warn people when he was in office that this was going to happen. He tried to stop it. Everybody was against Trump then. And I'm not no Trump fan like that. But facts is facts. Like this all everything that's going on right now. And if anybody disagree with me, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. But this all already been in the making. And it's just unfortunate that it's always our people that want to wait until they slap us in the face with this bullshit where everybody want to holler, we need to do this. This got to stop. This can't go on. Why do we stop fighting when they assassinated our fallen leader? And I'm only 34. So I'm just learning all of this movement, revolution stuff. I've been in tune with, like, my ancestors, our fallen leaders, like I'm not slow. I've been in tune with our history. But far as me being active and foot on the ground, I'm in these streets and I'm fighting for our people, our brothers, our sisters that's locked up, that's been wronged by crooked cops, crooked government system. And then now we dealing with this situation and I chime in to bring other people in tune with other organizations so we all can come together and we got to take what's ours. And then I hear a lot of our people say, too often, these people with power, these people got the power. They never gave us. They give it to other people. The thing is, they not gonna never give it to us. We gotta take it. We gotta stop saying they got the power. We got the power. We always have the power. Everyone just so out for self and afraid. Everyone's so against each other. Everyone want to tear each other down. Everyone want to try to outdo each other than really standing with each other, loving on each other, and trusting each other as a culture.
Let me hold you up there right there, sister. I know you just got your feet wet 2 years, but it's not like what you think it is. It's a lot of organizations out here that's doing a lot of great things. It's just not because you don't see them on the news or you haven't heard about them. That don't mean it's not happening. You got different, listen, everybody's not on the same mission. They look like some people are just out for money. You have some people, if it don't make no money, it don't make sense when it comes to this. So you just have to be careful. There are a lot of people out here that's doing great work, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them that's putting out information. I'm one of them, bro, sister. So I'm one of them. They've been out here for quite a while. And I'm doing what I have to do on my part. The world is a big stage, and everybody have their role to play.
And I've been following you, Martin, and I respect that. And I do know. That's why I said I know about the organizations and people that just in it for money, and they not really trying to help our people. But that's why I'm trying to speak to our people that's on your call right now, and other people too. Like my number 773-727-5228. I just want to throw that out there. Like I'm ready. And I'm learning every day. I only been foot on the ground for 2 years being an activist, but I know a lot. I stand in the rooms with a lot of people, Martin. And when it comes to us, like I said in the comments, when is the town hall meeting going to happen? When are we going to all come together and start organizing and planning other than just steady talking? It's a lot of lies. Everybody's talking, but ain't nobody. Where's the meeting? If you know a meeting that's going on and we talking about this topic and what y'all trying to do, Marty, let me know the date so I can be there, so I can show up, so we can really start, so I can be present.
Let me help you out, sister. I want to help you out a little bit. Now, in war, somebody got 2401. Turn your phone down. I'm gonna have to mute you. Put your phone on mute. Put your phone on mute. You still can hear. Put your phone on mute. Put your phone on mute. Okay. Now let me just say this to you, sister. You got what you call, let's think about war strategies now. Everything that we discuss tonight, some things are not going to be discussed on Facebook Live or Zoom or anything like that. So when you have a bunch of generals sit at the table, when you have generals sit at the table, we're talking war strategy now. Soldiers are not sitting at the table with generals. Generals tell soldiers what to do, what the plan is. A bunch of generals get together and they put forth a plan and they have to activate it. So we put it to the soldiers. So what I'm telling you, sister, everybody is not going to be on board. If you waiting on every black organization or every black person get on one accord, you'll be dying. You'll be dead before that ever happened. We just need the majority. We need the ones that's willing to work and put the work in. Everybody don't need to be told what the strategy is, because guess what? They're going to go back and tell a man. You know, we have to get on code. Certain things are not to be discussed in public. And I'm going to tell you this. It's going to come a time where all these little gangbangers out here going to have to put their differences aside and join in with us, period. But I'm going to need you.
We working on that time right now.
I know. And listen.
To be honest, we knocking at them doors right now.
The thing is, I just tell people, we always talk about these young people. We call them savages and animals and all that. The same people that we was calling savages, animals, and terrorists, we need them right now. We need them right now. We need them.
I agree.
We need them right now. And I'm leave it right there. I'm gonna go to this next caller. Hold on, sister. 4775. You're the next caller. 4775. Caller, you're next. 4775. Oh, they hung up. Go ahead, Mama Doris. Mama Doris. Go ahead.
If she ain't there, can I go?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, I do hope that people can come together. But, you know, like I was getting ready to say, you know, just in the case of human nature, and a lot of times, it, especially in times today, and in our community, you know, a lot of us don't really step up until it starts happening to us personally. You know, a lot of us take the attitude, well, that's them over there, and that's them over there, and that's sad. And it really shouldn't take the folks knocking on our door for us to wake up and be like, okay, yeah, we got to do something about this. But that's the mentality of a lot of us, and that's why I was saying, I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. I'm not.
That's what you sound like.
But
that's what you sound like.
But I just know. But I just know how we think, Martin. And I just gave an
all
example.
Of us don't think alike. No. All of us don't think alike like that. All of us don't think. I know. We'll say that. Some of us.
I know it's not all, Martin.
Yeah. We all don't think alike that.
I know that there's pockets of people coming together and doing things and meeting with aldermen and trying to get things accomplished. I'm not saying that, but it's the same thing what you just said. You know that you're not going to get everybody on board. And so, but I'm saying that the mentality that a lot of us have, not all, but a lot of us tend to take is, well, that's them over there. That sense of community is just not really there among a good number of people. That's what I'm saying. And so in order for you to have that little majority to come together and get things done, we really gonna have to get past this mentality. But what I'm bringing up is, how are we gonna get past this toxic mentality of, well, that's them over there, and you know it's true. A lot of us don't take action until the man is knocking on our door, and that's just the way it is, Martin. That you know that's true, and that's sad. That's sad. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. It is.
Okay, next caller. All right.
Hey,
47.
Hey, Martin,
go ahead,
can I
Bill.
say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you brought up a good scenario about the generals being at the war table, because this is war. What the main thing we gotta people gotta understand that this is even bigger than just the migrants, man. We see clearly from our history what we've been through. But the thing of it is, number one, my personal opinion is America, the people in power, our government, they want to erase what has happened. They want to bury it. They want to get rid of the stigma of what happened from slavery. That's why they don't want it in their schools and in their curriculum. That's the number one thing. So in order to get rid of that, you have to get rid of. You got to start replacing the people that you needed, which is the illegal immigrants. You got to get you some new Negroes. That's number one that they're doing. But they're trying to erase our history because it's something that looks bad in everybody's eyes.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
All right. Before we go to the next person, I need everybody to hit the like button and share button or tag someone. Hit the like button. We should have over 100 likes. I mean, it's sad. I mean, this good information going across this live, and you got to share it. Get it to people. Get it to people. We got another caller, 4775. Hey, caller, 4775.
Hey, Mari.
How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, man. It goes back a long time ago. I'm like in my 60s, man, right? And, coming from 79, I remember when the liquor stores, when everything was black owned, gas stations, everything. And I remember when
brother, hold it, brother. You know what we hold it, brother. Hold it. You know what we're talking about, right?
We're talking about how what's going on with the migrants going on.
No. The topic is mass eviction. That's what we're talking about. People are being evicted. That's what we're talking. You hear other people straight away, but that's the title of it right there. I want to go back to it. Mass eviction. So 4 evictions that we know of. One in Harvey, a complex. Another one on 121st in Indiana. That was a complex. 79th and Cottage Grove. That was an eviction of all black people. Also, 1053 West 70th Street. So what we're seeing is a pattern here. A pattern of black people. That's what we're talking about.
One more for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Going over like on 80th and Emerald, the building there, they transformed that to a migration center.
Okay.
So if you drive down 80th Street, right across Hostage.
I know exactly what is that. That must be is that building?
Check it out.
Okay, Emerald. Okay, let me see, you got the hold on, you got the Mars building right there on 80th and Emerald, right there. That final call right there. No, this is on the other side. Okay.
That's on 79th.
Right.
Final call.
Right.
He's on the side street going east.
Okay. Is that where that bus terminal thing at? Right down that block?
Right. It's right there. Yep. It's right there. Yep.
Okay.
And then you got to make the turn and go down 81st.
Okay.
So it's actually on 81st.
Okay.
Let me correct that. 81st. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hold on. Let me say something to people. First of all, let me just say this. First of all, somebody said, why aren't they paying their rent? First of all, don't act like on here you ain't never been late or probably been in eviction mode or whatever. Something can happen. You don't know what state people are in, too. First of all. Now, let me just say this. The migrants ain't paying no rent. but they living. They ain't paying no rent. And we see it. We are financing our own oppression right before our eyes. That's what you're witnessing right now with the migrants. So if they can live free, our people should be able to live free. We the ones are the trailblazers of this country. All our inventions, and we served the white man for many years, still serving them on his plantation, as George always say. So don't come on here to me why they didn't pay their rent. Make sure you keep paying yours so the eviction man won't be at your door. All right, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, but like I say, it was just sort of like, you know, I basically was saying, man, because it was like a real.
Hold on. I got to check one more. Listen, hold on. Listen, Sarge. First of all, Sarge, that little 1-2 acres that you got and Mercedes in your garage, that's nothing, brother. You don't own that land. You own nothing. Nobody's playing victim. We are victims of racism. We are victims of racism. You're not black, so you don't have a right to this conversation. You're not black. We're black. We are victims. And don't ever let nobody tell you, black people, that you're not victims. We are victims of racism, of genocide.
Who ain't black?
Yeah. Somebody on here talking, he don't even go by black. And you trying to tell me victims. Yeah, we are victims. You're not a victim. Going on with your black self. Well, whatever you call yourself. Make a video on that. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, my brother. 47. Because I'm tired of people getting.
You talking to me?
Yeah, hold on. Just be still. Be still, brother. Let me just finish talking anyway. Let me just say this.
Wait, whoa. No, you be still. Who
sir.
ain't black?
Wait, sir.
Wait.
Sir.
No, I don't get mad. I don't get nobody with talking about
sir.
that. Where that's
Sir.
coming from?
Sir, I am not talking to you. Okay? And if you can't follow my rules, you can get on off. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you off. Yeah. See, I blocked. I'm tired of all these get along, go along, Negroes and all that, but not calling him that. Not calling him that. But I'm just saying, black people are victims in this country. We are victims of racism. You cannot deny that. Now, can you make it in this country being a black person? Yes. But they're not going to let us make it in a mass number of people. They'll let a few that look good. We call it diversity. Diversity is not for us. It's for them to make them look good. You see Oprah Winfrey. You see Obama. You see Michael Jordan. You see Michael Jackson.
I agree with you there.
You know, listen, that's what that's ain't nothing but a ploy. That's all what it is. They don't mind you being in a position of power as long as you don't exercise no authority, as long as they controlling you. They don't even mind you being famous. The athletes prove that. The entertainers prove that. But they want to go home with the bag. See, you go home with the fame, but they go home with the bag. And when you get when they get done using you, you broke. And they children in college and everything. So this real people, we got to wake up and we got to see the real picture. We have to recognize the enemy. An enemy is a person that want to see you dead. They hate you. They can't stand you. They do things to hurt you. Imagine a person get up every morning and thinking in their mind, how could I make it hard for a black person? Tell me now, come on, follow me now. How could I make it hard for a black person? That is an enemy. Anybody that thinks like that and talks like that and do things like that, they are enemy of black people, period. That's what they are. I'm calling it a spade, a spade. That's what it is. Anybody that can take some poison and put it in a certain community so it can kill all people, that's an enemy. Anybody that put drugs in the black community is an enemy. Anybody put illegal guns in the black community is an enemy. Anybody that's over you and don't teach you properly education, that's an enemy. They want you to stay ignorant of the law. That's why they can get away with these things in the black community, because they know blacks do not know the law. And they don't know how to exercise the law. And what they do, they pin us against one another. The real light bright one against the dark one. They pin us against each other. That's what they do. You know, Martin, you're a nice person. I like the work you do, but you're not like the other people, the other blacks. No, brother, I'm black at the end of the day. They can't tell me that. When they come, listen, beware of anybody, any white person that come up to you and tell you they don't see color. You better run for your life. They've been deceptive. They are deceptive because they see it every day. They love to put it on the internet. They love to put it on social media. They love to put it on the mainstream media. And you don't see color. And like we the only ones out here stealing. Like we the only ones out here carjacking. Like we the only ones out doing fraud. Oh, they the biggest fraud and the biggest thieves. Everything they have ever gotten, they have gotten it by robbery, stealing, lying, and deception. Our parents, our mothers, we was breastfeeding their babies. And that's real talk, people. So they know if we know our power, they can't hold us back. That's why they had laws like the Jim Crow law to hold us back. They have laws for us, people, so we cannot progress. And listen, a lot of our young people, they're not taking what we're taking. See, we put up with that stuff. But the young people ain't going. They don't care about this system. They don't care, period. So anytime somebody come against black people, they are an enemy of black people. Know that, people. Know that. They never have nothing good to say about black people if they are an enemy. Trust me. We all are not shooting people. We all are not drug dealers. We all are not derelicts. They don't identify all of us. That's why I always say I love being black. If you see it enough and you hear it enough, you'll become that. Some of you, you're only proud of your blackness in Black History Month. You celebrating Cinco de Mayo, or St. Patrick's Day. You celebrating all that with proudness. But you will not celebrate Black History Month because you're afraid. You let people put you in a box. You're ashamed of your blackness. I'm going to tell you what Malcolm tells you. Who told you was ugly? Who told you that? This is the real truth, people. So anybody that come against the black community, whether they got this skin complexion or not, they are an enemy. And you better watch them and move away from them. Period. Watch them. And yes, we are victims. We are victims of circumstance. We are victims of racism every day. Period. People, that's my little rant. I'm sorry I had to say it. Go ahead.
Martin, I agree with you there. I have noticed that, like what you said, this diversity stuff, now they got this part in these corporations, you heard it, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if you notice, you see a lot of ads now from companies, whether it's Nike, no matter what company it is, you see a lot more black people listed in the ads. But I've noticed that, they'll flash a black person here, but the rest would be white. They may have like one black person, and the rest are white. And I really feel like, and I think when it comes to the regular Joes or regular white people out here, like the regular everyday citizens, particularly the women, because the women tend to be more about this type of stuff than the white men do. I think that a lot of them have good intentions, but the bigger picture is, it's a political thing. It's just a PR move. And all it takes is one company to do it, and the rest, they don't want to feel left out or be accused of racism. So they start including more black people in the advertising. But in the end, they know who their target audience is. unless it's something like Nike or whatever. Nike caters to all races, black or white. But I'm just saying, this is just things that I've noticed. And the same thing with like movies and TV shows. They'll replace, they'll have like one or two black people in there, but the rest are, I don't watch a lot of TV, but this is just some things that I've noticed. But I agree with you there. And I tend to be more on the socially conservative side. I ain't saying politically, because I told you I don't vote. I'm talking about socially conservative. Like pull yourself up by your own bootstraps type of mentality. But I agree with you there, and I think a lot of it is kind of disingenuous, because it's not out of that they really want to incorporate black people into these ads, into these type of things. It's just out of pressure. And I feel like it's the same thing when a black person gets hired onto a position. A lot of times in today's age, that's not because they were more qualified. It's just because the company doesn't want to be accused of being racist. So they got a term now. It's called a diversity hire. Oh, this person is a diversity hire. And if I was in that position, I would be like, okay, well, did I get hired on my merit, or did I get hired simply because of how I look? And I think that's a disadvantage, because everybody knows you just there because of how you look. And that's why I say
well, let me just say this.
It hurts in the long run.
Let me just say this. There's nothing that a black man and a black woman can't do. We brought civilization to this country, period, to this world. Let me go a little further than that. If you take away all the inventions, and some of you black people don't even know the inventions that have been made out of this country, away from the ones that we know about and the ones that we don't know, we'll probably be in the Stone Age right now. Trust me. Listen, black people in this country that was held in slavery, still in slavery, we never left this country and fled to another country. We stood the test. We fought everything that was thrown at us, and we're still standing. And I want to say to those out there that think that these other people are hard workers, if they was hard workers, they would have stayed in their own country and worked hard and built it up. So you can't bring me there. They hard work. You're not a hard worker. A hard worker stay in his own country and build up and make things happen like we've done. We fought, we bled, we marched, we protest, and we're still doing it right now today. Listen, y'all know the things that you see the migrants do. They would dare a black person, a bunch of black people beating up a police officer. It would have been a death, and y'all know it would have been a death sentence. You know that. Y'all know that. Black people can't do things like that in the open like that. And y'all know it. It's a system. This system is socially engineered. Why is it that every black community in the city of Chicago is suffering and all the white ones are thriving? It's not because the black people don't care or we don't know what's going on. We got lawyers, doctors, politicians, all engineers, all of that, period. See, what happened is a lot of us, when we get this money, we lose our racial pride. We lose our identity from where we came from. Look at the ball players. They run and get them a white woman, but you was raised by black parents. Period. Period.
In a white neighborhood.
Yeah, period. And we see it. We see it. Hey, listen, put your phone on mute, please. Put your phone on mute.
It's like they say, Martin. If you white, you all right. If you brown, stick around.
And black.
If you black, get back.
I got Mama Doris back on here. I must have fired up. Mama Doris, I think that's you.
No, my phone went dead.
Oh, your phone went dead.
Well, I want, but Martin, I want to say something.
Go ahead, old timer. Go ahead. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, because see some of the things. See, one thing that I don't hear anyone saying is that the laws that are set by Congress for immigration. See, so those things are important. Now, first of all, when the person comes,
old timer, let me just say this. Let me say this, old timer. Last time we had the discussion, We gave you the real meaning of a migrant and the real meaning of an immigrant. What they're doing, this country, they're doing what you call a word play. It's a word play. You got to remember, they have a godlike complex. We could do anything. And we see it all the time. They make the rules and they break them and change them so they can fit them. But go ahead. I just wanted to say that to you. But go ahead. I don't want to stop you. Go ahead. Finish talking. Go ahead, old timer.
Okay, because when those people, we know that when the people, now everything that you said as far as blacks being on the periphery and all that thing, a lot of that is true. Okay, but we know how to deal with that. The bottom line is that this country has made room for blacks to be in Congress, the Senate, and even up to the president. And we have been mayor of cities, and we have been state legislators, in all of these states except for the majority of the white states. And we still have not progressed the way that we think that we should have. Now, when those people, anybody cross over into this shore, we already know that if a child is born on this soil over here, that child is automatically a United States citizen. Now, the other part, even when Trump was in there, because somebody keep on trying to throw something about the Democrats in there. Okay, when Trump was in there, Trump didn't turn around and send the people right back. Those people got a 30-day waiting period before they got to go before a hearing. They got to go before a magistrate before you can just turn around and just push them back out of the country. Now, the law states, and they give room for people. Well, if everybody already know, let's put this from the rest. Everybody know that people from Haiti should be allowed to come in there because they got 75% poverty rate in Haiti. So if anybody should be here, Haitians should be allowed to come. That's what you call true oppression. No jobs, no infrastructure, no nothing, nobody putting any money in there. And one reason why is because, France has got their foot on them because they say that they took their money and all of this kind of stuff. You got a lot of legal wrangling in there. But once you come here to the United States, you got so much time to be here before they can get you back up out of here. Now, in the meantime, the Caucasian people, hey, they're using these people for like these mudslides they got out there in California. Who you think they're going to use to get out there and get all that muck and mire stuff? They're going to use those people, but these are Caucasian people that's moonlighting and trying to say, the immigration, and here the Republicans had a chance to do something about immigration just 2 days ago and turned around and voted against it. So when these people get on here and start talking, they are saying things, but you got to go by the laws of the United States.
Okay, let me say this. Let me get him. Let me get it. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, go ahead.
Hold
on.
Okay, go ahead.
To a man marry another man, that's the law. But I disagree with that law. Slavery was the law. I disagree with it. We know who make the rules here. Do we sit down and sit on our hand and don't do anything? If I see a mass of immigration of people coming in this country and it's going to knock my people out the way, I got to say something. I know what the law says. They the one, the white people are allowing them to come into this country. We understand it and we know that. But do we sit still and don't do nothing? Don't fight? Well, it's the law. That's where it goes and that's it. Brother, listen, we have a right to protest any law that we don't agree with or don't like. We have a right to protest that law. And that's what we're doing. Go ahead, Sister Doris. Go ahead, Sister Doris.
Segregation was a law in the state of Mississippi where I grew up. In Jackson, Mississippi. Segregation was the law. But we fought. We resisted that law because that law was racist. That law was discriminatory. That's why we fought. That's why we rose up and did what we did. That's how we got the 1964 of 65 Voting Rights Act. Had we just said that's the law, we would still be living under those conditions. Separate parks that my mother paid taxes to maintain was the law. Had we not rose up, we would not have been able to go to the so-called quote-unquote white parks that my mother was paying taxes to maintain. That's the law. But does it mean that the law is right? Now, he mentioned Trump and the Republicans had the opportunity to do something about closing their borders. But what you did not mention was the fact that Joe Biden wanted 5,000 under that law that they were trying to get passed. Joe Biden wanted 5,000 immigrants a day to come into this country. That's 35,000 illegal immigrants a week. That's why that law did not pass. So let's tell the whole story. And I could care less about the Democrats or the Republicans, because neither one cares about us. But does that mean that we should sit by and allow them to use our tax dollars to take care of illegal economic immigrants when our people are suffering? I don't care where they come from in the world. That is not Black people's problem. Haiti is Haiti's problem. Venezuela is Venezuela's problem, and so on and so on. But should we allow the government of the United States, national, state, and local, take our tax dollars and take care of other people when there are 64,440 homeless people in Chicago, 53% of whom are Black? And not only just homeless people, but there are Black people that are at the point of losing their homes for various reasons. But we have no help. So it is not Black people's problem. We have our own. America, there's a poverty in America. There's unemployment in America. There's equal education in America when it comes to Black people. We are at the bottom in America. We built this country. This country is rich. This country is wealthy because we built this country. 240 years of slavery, 90 years of Jim Crow, and Jim Crow up to this day. Yes, we made gains, but because, as Martin just said, this is a system, and we must understand it is a system that has always been designed to keep us down. But we resisted the system. And as a result of resisting the system, we made gains. But those gains that we made, they tore them down. Rosewood, a prosperous town down in Georgia, they destroyed it. Wall Street up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, very successful community, they burned it to the ground. So we have never been able to be free and live and take care of ourselves and our families and our communities the way others have because of this system of racism and white supremacy in America. The government of America has always been against Black people. And that's what we have to understand. And if we don't understand that, we're going to continue to talk the way we talk.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth.
Sister Erica, I see you. Go ahead.
I like to.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
To add on to something.
Go ahead, Bill.
Mother Doris said, and in response to old time, we have made some progress. We are mayors, aldermen, councilmen, all of that. And if you've been paying attention to what everybody's been saying, we've been duped by the same people that we get to represent us as Black people.
Absolutely.
From our politicians to the men in the cloth. We seeing it, we knew it, but it's right in our face now. So we thought we were making progress, but if we got all these congressmen, how in the hell on the federal level is this happening? And if you've been paying attention, you would know that that's one of the main problems they've been speaking on this platform, that we have been duped, and that these people that represent us are not representing us. That's why they have been saying on here, go and see your alderman or alderperson for these people who've been evicted. Years ago, in the 70s and 80s, my grandmother was worked for the city, and her title was a community representative. She would help the Democrats get votes. She would get up out of her bed to go to a fire and make sure that these people got placement in 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I remember being with her. I don't know how it would work now, but she would call the Salvation Army, you know, and they would take care of these people. At this point, the Salvation Army might be on the same page with the older people and this system that's trying to shut us down. And I just wish people would stop giving these people an excuse and a reason why they could do what they're doing. And it's not right.
There is no excuse. There is no excuse for what they're doing. And we are being faced with something that we've never been faced with before. The reason they put these Brandon Johnson was selected and we elected him, just like Obama was selected and we elected him. They put these black faces in place because they knew we would not challenge them. And now that we see what they're doing, we're beginning to wake up. If these were white people in these positions doing what they're doing, we would be challenging them. But because they're black and, you know, we like to see our people do well and we're thinking that they're going to do right by us, we let them get away with things. These people today are different from the elected officials in the 60s. In the 60s, these were committed brothers and sisters, brothers mostly. They were committed to black people and making sure that black people get what they deserve to get, as every American should have. But it's a different day now. But what we can do, this is a golden opportunity for us to organize. There are only 50 people down there in that city council. It's over 500,000 black people in Chicago. According to the 2020 census, it's 29-29. It's a third right now. They're trying to change that by bringing these people in here. So we've got to start organizing. Look at these people we need to take every alderman in that city council out, every black alderman, because they have sold us out. The religious community has sold us out. The educational community, the business community, they have sold us out. So let's use this as a golden opportunity to start thinking differently, to start organizing, start talking about we're going to take these people out. You can get copies of the vote the voting record of different people. You can do that. As I said earlier, Desmond Yancey and the woman that he ran against in the primaries, between the two of them, it was only 12,000 votes cast out of 51,000 registered voters in the 5th Ward. Yancey only won by 294 votes. I have made it my business to make sure that I do everything I can to get Desmond Yancey out of office. He is beatable. Every one of these aldermen are beatable. Because when you look, some wards, 5,000 people came out. So you got to start organizing. We can talk all day and all night until we remove these people who are down there in city council voting for legislation to benefit everybody but us. We can just stop talking. And I would encourage everybody, get this plan, the Chicago New Americans plan, read. It's about immigrants. It's not one word in this plan that mentions black people. The children are going to be educated. They're going to put money in the communities, and they're going to do all of these different things to help these people financially. And we are not getting anything. And they're using our tax dollars to do it. So let's just start thinking on a different, we've got to change the paradigm. We've got to change this narrative. And we can't. The power is in the people. We are powerful. We can make a difference. So we've got to start thinking like that. Thank you, Martin.
Well, Mother, that's a good thought. Now, one question that I have, you got Alderman Anthony Beal down there. Now, if anybody I would have thought would have ran for mayor, I would have thought it would have been him. But he's up the other day doing a lot of talking. And I said, okay, well, where were you when it was time to run for mayor? He got all of this knowledge. He's got all of this financial knowledge of where all of the money is. And he sat back and let Brandon Johnson run for mayor. Now he's up talking. So you may have the wrong person in there, and the person that should have ran is sitting there still collecting the paycheck, not doing anything. So Bill, you tell me why Bill didn't put his neck out there on the line and run. He knows every nook and cranny of that city council, and he just sat there, and now he's up doing a lot of talking. He should have been sitting up there in that seat up there.
It's up to the people to determine who they want in these seats. It's not Bill's choice. It's up to the people.
Come on.
Look,
okay. All right.
if you want to think powerless, then you think powerless. I'm not.
Can I say three things, Martin?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to, this is Jasmine again. I just want to, because I hear the queen that was just speaking, is that Sister Doris?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Sister Doris, now you said, you spoke about resistance. You spoke about our taxpaying dollars. And you keep saying, like, it's time to organize and all that, right? So I just want to know, are y'all aware, number one, that the governor passed a bill that non-citizens can become police officers?
Yes.
Did y'all know that?
Yes, we know that.
Okay,
Yes.
and then also,
Yes.
so that's for the migrants can be able to become police officers and things like that.
Yes,
and I'm not saying that y'all. I mean, I'm not saying that like I'm against anybody that's oppressed. People that's oppressed is oppressed. But what I am going to say is, when we speak about our taxpaying dollars, do y'all know that that the city has paid almost $1 billion, and that's paying out people who's been exonerated from prison and paying out lawyers, the state's attorney's office, and all these lawyers to fight these cases that they know that they're not going to win because it was wrong cases. All of our tax money, like, and that's why it's triggering for me, because I just want everyone to be aware when we go and we get to standing on these people about the money that's being spent, our taxpaying dollars that's being spent for migrants. Let's talk about everything that our taxpaying dollars has been blown on and things that's been wrong to our people, our own people. They spent all this money fighting these cases, holding our people in them godforsaken slave ships, and our people ain't standing up and speaking about that.
Well, let me say this.
That's been going on years and years and years.
Sister, let me say this. You can't fight what you don't know and what you can't see. See, that's the purpose of this space right here, to educate us so we know how to fight, so we know what's going on. Okay? That's what this space is for. And I understand what it's a lot. It's more than just the migrants, but you got other people fight about housing. It's different subjects. It's different subjects that we fight about. And I understand. I feel your pain on that. So you're talking to a lot of educated people, politically educated people, and I'm just a student. I'm not even that. You got to turn your phone down.
Somebody got some loud noise on.
Yeah.
And I want to say to the sister, Mark, I want to say to the sister, I've been fighting on every one of these fronts that you're talking about. I've been fighting ever since I moved to this city. I've been fighting all my life. You're absolutely right. But right now, the biggest threat to us, the biggest threat to Black people in this country and in Chicago in particular is immigration. And you mentioned about oppression. The most oppressed people on the face of this earth have been Black people. I'm not concerned about other people being oppressed when my people are being oppressed as I speak. I'm not concerned about other children eating when our children are not eating as I speak, not having a place to sleep as I speak, not having clothing as I speak, not having access to a good education as I speak. I don't have time to be concerned about those people. They're going to take care of themselves, and the government is going to help them. We have got to get away from that thinking, and all of this stems back to the way religion has been taught to us, that we think about everybody but ourselves. We are in a position of trying to survive. I am doing what I do. I continue to do what I do because of the children. Our children will not have a future. The Chicago New Americans plan is for immigrant children, not children here in the city of Chicago. Immigrants from around the world, illegal economic immigrants from around the world. Those people need to go back to the country, fight their government the way we fight the government here. But the government of the United States, under the system of racism, knows that Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, or Blacks who are descendants of enslaved Africans, are the only ones who are going to challenge the system. They know that. And so I encourage us to read and to study so that you can understand what's going on. It is about removing us from the land. They've done it in California. The Mexicans have run Black people using terror to run them out of their communities. Watts, which was all Black, is 60% Hispanic-speaking people now. These people are coming here to replace us, and the government is helping them in every way they can. We can no longer have this attitude of being concerned about somebody being oppressed in Venezuela. Go back down there and fight that government. Go back to Haiti and fight that government. I understand what's going on in Venezuela and Haiti. I understand what the United States government is doing. This is the most wicked and the most corrupt and the most vicious government in the world. And they will never stop. They will never stop. And we cannot stop because of our children. Our children. They're building brand new, the Spanish-speaking community, they have brand new schools. Our children are in schools with asbestos and everything else falling down, using our tax dollars to build them brand new schools. And I say that because I'm a former educator and a counselor. When our children are in these raggedy schools, it is up to us to make a demand, put a demand on this government. Put a demand on these politicians. Every one of those Black aldermen in city council need to go.
Mr. Doris and Brother Martin, do y'all got a plan? Because I would like to get in contact with y'all outside of this.
I have a plan. We have a plan.
Okay.
We've been teaching the Chicago New Americans plan. We have an agenda.
Do you know about that plan,
Erica
sister?
and I put together.
Actually, do she know about
Erica
the?
And I,
Actually, Sister Doris, do she know
Chicago
about
New
the?
Americans
Yeah,
plan?
do
Do
she
you know
actually
about that?
Sister?
Do you know about that, sister?
2993.
What's the plan?
The Chicago New Americans plan. Google it and read it and study.
Oh yeah, the plan that the mayor and them trying to get passed.
No. It's
Is that what y'all talking about?
No.
They're implementing this plan as we speak. This is what Brandon Johnson is doing. The Chicago New Americans plan is about immigrants. Immigrants. Now, Sister Erica and I put together a contract with Black Chicago 2023. We put that plan in Brandon Johnson's hands. He didn't even take the time to read it. And I said to him, you have an agenda for the Spanish-speaking community and you don't have an agenda for your own community. He doesn't, because he is following the orders of the Democratic Party. We also
so why everybody attacking him if we know that he's following orders from the next person that's above him?
Because he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do that. He could end Sanctuary City tonight if he wanted to, if he had the courage, if he cared about his people. He could stop it tonight. He doesn't want to. He wants to do what they want him to do because he's connected to that progressive agenda, the Chicago Teachers Union, which is not a teachers union anymore. It's a gangster union. These are not educators anymore. I used to be a member of the Chicago Teachers Union. It's a gangster union ran by some white Zionist Jews. Brandon Johnson knows exactly, and the rest of those aldermen are going along with the plan because they don't fear us. Nobody fears us. We've got to make these people fear us. If they feared us, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
I 100% agree with you.
Erica been on here for long, holding
I
on.
agree.
Erica,
I agree with you.
I'm sorry, Erica.
I agree with you 100%.
Peace to you, sister.
I agree.
Sister Erica, go ahead.
Act now.
Go ahead, Sister
If we
Erica.
don't act now, it's going to be too late.
Hold on.
We cannot keep sitting
Y'all
down.
got to hold on. We got another caller. Sister Erica, go ahead, Sister Erica.
Okay. Can somebody mute their phone?
Everybody mute their phone, please. Everybody mute their phone. All right. Thank you. I know where it's coming. I got it, Erica. Go ahead, talk. I got it. I'm muted out. Go ahead, Erica.
So I just wanted to go back to the border deal that everyone has been talking about, saying that the Republicans don't want to close the border. They're listening to Trump, this, that, and the other. But I just want people to know, because I've been keeping up with that, exactly what Sister Doris said, that although they're lying to you saying that it's not true, it is true, that they want to allow 5,000 people to enter the United States southern border illegally daily. Then they try to drop it to 3,000. Okay? And on top of that, what that border deal included was more aid for Israel and more aid for Ukraine. And see, people don't understand how much money, how much of our tax dollars is going to Israel and Ukraine. Now, I'm going to give you the numbers. In 2022, this is how much money they sent to Ukraine. $12.4 billion. Israel received $3.3 billion. Now, if that's what the numbers that they're listing, you know it's higher than that. That's all I'm going to tell you. Now, a lot of people don't know that in 1999, the U.S. government signed a memorandum of understanding, which when they committed to providing aid to Israel for 10 years, they committed to providing them $2.6 billion in military aid annually, right? Now, this went on for more than 10 years. It's still going on. Mm-hmm. And that amount was raised in 2009 to $3 billion. And then in 2019, it was raised again. So my point of saying this is, and you know, I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but if they can keep giving all of this money to these illegal immigrants, to Israel, to Ukraine, and all these other countries, why do our people think that we shouldn't be demanding our reparations? And part of our demand should be that they should care for us for the next 20 years as they're doing with Israel. Israel didn't build America. Ukraine didn't build America. Black people did. And for all these ignorant white people that would say, oh, I'm not paying for something that my ancestors did or something that happened 200, 300 years ago. I'm not paying for that. Well, guess what? You're benefiting from it. You're benefiting from it. You understand? So we're tired of hearing your ignorant talk as well. We're tired of our own people, you know, with not thinking that you deserve what you deserve. And I'm not giving nobody a pass. I'm talking about, I don't care if Brandon Johnson is a puppet for the Zionist Jews. I don't care. You knew the part you were going to be playing when you stepped in that arena. So if you knew it and you agreed to do it, now you're going to take the fire for them. That's right. You understand? We're not giving nobody no pass.
Those aldermen down there, I don't care if they black as an ace of spades. See, this is what's been going on with our people forever. And it's a shame that we're keeping this madness up today. They always use somebody that looks like us, someone that resembles us to do us in. Martin Luther King, he was set up by someone that looked like him and someone that lives right here in Chicago, that's still working on behalf of the Zionist Jews.
That's right.
And people know who he is. And he's been getting a pass forever. You know, so I'm not with that. I'm just not with that. I don't care about if you're black. If you're black, love black, think black, act black. You know what I mean? Don't just tell me that your skin color is black, but you got the mind of a Caucasian. No. And that's what we're dealing with down here in Chicago City Hall. This is what we're dealing with. Brandon Johnson just signed off on a ceasefire for Palestine, for Palestinians, right? And I reached out to him and I told him, listen, yeah, you just did that, but when are you gonna call for a ceasefire in Chicago? You know, and we just had 3 little young black men, murdered right at school, you know, in a vicinity, in the immediate vicinity of some schools. Where's our ceasefire? You understand? Where are, you know, and I'm going to tell you this, Brother Martin. I've been speaking to a lot of our people, and they say, oh, yeah, well, I've had some of the Venezuelans over to my house, and they helped me do this and this, that, and the other. Okay, did you go down to any of these homeless camps where your people are and invite them to dinner at your house? Did you ask them if they need to make some money? You had some little side jobs for them to do? You know, these churches. Now you want to let homeless people into your church. Did you go down to the homeless camps that's been present in Chicago and invite them in your church? No, you haven't. Because it's a narrative that they're pushing and they want us to feel sorry. And I'm telling you, black people, if you listen to Brandon Johnson and these ignorant aldermen, and you let these people in your house, if you let them in your house, you are really committing suicide. You're committing suicide. And a few years ago, I think she was 80 or 90 years old. She picked up some of those illegal immigrants that be at Home Depot, took them to her house to do work. And you know what they did? They chopped her up and stuffed her in a trunk in her house and left her there, decapitated her. And she was a Muslim sister. You know, her last name was Muhammad. You can find it if you just go and look it up. They left her in her house chopped up. So I'm telling y'all listen to these crazy people if you want to. And you will have that same face because they don't know who these people are. The president don't know who these people are. Homeland Security don't know who these people are. Border Control, they have not been vetted. So I'm telling you, use your common sense and don't be chasing that money. We know every time we go after money, what happens? We end up dead or in jail. Don't chase that money. All money ain't good money.
Okay.
You know what, Martin, just to add on to what Sister Erica said on the Barack Obama in 2016, that overall package that they signed on to for Israel, the overall package was $38 billion. $38 billion. And that goes from 2017 to 2028. And most of that money is for military aid. military aid. This is not their money. It's the taxpayers' money. Look at what we could do with $38 billion in the city of Chicago for the south and the west side of Chicago. $38 billion of our tax dollars. We pay taxes to the federal government, the state, and the local government. Those are our tax dollars. Black folks pay taxes. So we are funding everybody's independence and freedom but our own. Going back again, you know, that city council should be flooded with Black folks every Wednesday, every time they meet. The Palestinians, they learned that them to protest from us. We set the precedent in this country. Everything you see everybody else doing, we started it. We started, Black folks. We gave the world civilization. The world would not be anything if it were not for Black people. That's why it's so important I talk about the history. It's important to understand the history.
I agree with you, Sister Doris. I'm sorry for chiming in, but that's how they got that move, because they was in them streets, protesting, rallying. That's how they got that. But what you just said, Sister Doris,
but you know what, my
way, all that.
But you know what, my dear sister, but my dear sister, that should not have ever, the Black politicians down there and Brandon Johnson should not have ever allowed that to be on the table. It has nothing to do with Chicago. That is an international issue. That's a distraction. They use that as a distraction. That's what we got to understand. Palestine doesn't have anything to do with what
Palestinians they live here in Chicago with us.
Excuse me?
You know their population? Do you know the population number of the
population? Most of them live in the suburbs.
Most of them live in the suburbs. Palos.
Most of them live in the suburbs. Yeah. And the Palestinians have never done anything for Black people in Chicago. Have they spoken out against the police brutality?
No.
Have they spoken out against them moving these people into our communities, moving us off the land? They have not spoken out. We have spoken out for everybody but ourselves. We are the ones who are responsible for the immigration. It was Black people in the 50s and the 60s talking about immigration because they didn't want Africans in here. Everybody that's in this country is here because of Black people. Let me go back into history in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. This is what Frederick Douglass was talking about. Marcus Garvey was talking about immigration being a threat to Black people back then, because when they were bringing the Europeans over, the Europeans moved Black people out of those jobs, Black people who had migrated from the South up to the North after the Civil War. They came north to get jobs. They brought the Europeans over, and Black people had built communities in some of these northern cities. When they brought the Europeans over, then they displaced them in the jobs, and a lot of those little towns died. They beat Black folks up. They did all kinds of things to Black folks. This was in late 1800s, early 1900s. Marcus Garvey spoke out against. So this is not anything new. Immigration has always been the biggest threat, one of the biggest threats to Black people, because we are harmed the most. There's studies after studies after studies, starting with the low-skilled jobs, but now it's in technology now. It's in Google, it's in Microsoft, it's in Apple. Most of these people are Asians, Indians. They're running they're 40% of these population in these corporations. That's hurting our young people who go into school to become engineers and technicians or whatever they want to do in technology. It's impacting them now. They're being laid off from these jobs. They will not have a future. Understand what is going on. It is about us. Everybody is against us.
Okay, well, Mother, since we're here, we have to, what are we going to do? Because years ago, when the land of Liberia was formed, that was land that was purchased by the United States for freed slaves to go back to the African land where they came from. Well, we refused to go. And so we still here now. So we had an opportunity to get out of here, but we refused to go back to that land. I'm just only stating some facts. I'm only just stating
who's telling the Jews to go back to Israel? Thank you.
Well, I'm only stating what we had an opportunity to do.
No. Who's telling the Jews to go back to Europe? Who's telling the Jews, the white Jews, to go back to Europe? Israel is a state that was set up by Germany and the United States. We talk about the Palestinians. They don't talk about the black Palestinians over there.
That's right.
Well, okay, but they may not. Okay, but when you made
No. Hold it.
Okay, go ahead.
They don't. These Palestinians, you never hear them talk about the black Palestinians over there who are catching hell too. They never talk about the black Africans who are behind barbed wires in Israel from the Sudan and other parts of Africa. You don't hear them talking about the black people over there. So no, this is our land. We built this country. I'm not going any place.
Tell the truth.
Say it again.
We built this country, and we must resist. We must claim it. We must own it, and we must dare anybody who tries to run us off. We've got to be ready to fight. Black men stand up and fight. Black women stand up and fight. They are after all of us.
I agree. I agree with that. Because I mean, one brother misunderstood what I said. I could have said it the wrong way. What I was saying was that we have had representation in a lot of parts of the government, and by far and large, this country is run by black and white people. Now, what we're going to do about it?
Take the black politics. Listen to me. Take the black, that's what I just said, or start organizing and take these black politicians out who have sold us out. That's every one of them in that Congressional Black Caucus and every one of them down here in the City Hall. Let's start organizing to take them out. That's the only way you can halfway solve it. And we can do it.
Okay, all right.
And it's doable.
Okay, all right, okay, it's doable. Okay.
I don't think no black person should be thinking about leaving this country for better or for worse. It's got its flaws, we know it. But I myself personally, I don't want to live nowhere, and I don't think I have to, and I have the right to stay here because my people are the ones who built this country. I want to enlighten you once again. I said this before, I believe when Sister Doris and her colleagues was on here. There was a study did by professors from Harvard, black ones, and some HBCU colleges. And they traced that every dollar that America is making came from cotton. Who picked cotton?
Absolutely.
Every single dollar. That was the first economy was liquor. And it was illegal at the time. But the first established economy and product was cotton.
Cotton. Mm-hmm.
And they traced the money from the corporations that made it, the ones that didn't, but every corporate or white person whose family was in business then to now benefited from their cotton.
That's right.
So why wouldn't we deserve a reparation? And I don't mean no few dollars, but just like I said earlier, they want to erase that. You see it, they don't even want to talk about slavery in schools because they need to erase that stigma. And they got a long-term plan.
They've always
they bringing in their new Negroes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they got their new Negroes, and long as they can hold us at bay right now for the next 20 years, they'll have their way.
But you know what, brother?
Our younger generation, they're not in tune. Not saying they can't be used, because actually that's who they fear. They fear those little young black males downtown and females that show up downtown from attack and throw.
That's right.
And they see the fight in them.
And see, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to teach them and to pass this history on. We really are in control. If we would just get our minds together, we can put these people out of business. But we got to be willing to sacrifice until we can replace them. We can put these Asians out of business. We have black nail shops. We are taking care of every racial and ethnic group in this country. The Arabs, the Asians, now the Mexicans and the Venezuelans, our white folks, they're all in our community. That is our fault. What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say? Do for self. But you got to be willing to make the sacrifices until we can get where we need to go. Well, we ain't going to have no choice, to tell you the truth. We are at that point.
Too? I just want to reiterate what Sister Doris said. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, do for self or suffer the consequences. And he also said for us to separate.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
And when I say separate, I mean not integration. Not integration. Segregation. Because we were better off then. And like Sister Doris said, we have black nail shops. We have everything that we need, honestly. But we need more people to make an effort. And that's also what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said, if you got to drive a little further to get to a black business, do it. Make that sacrifice. That's the only way that we will keep our money circulating amongst ourselves. You know, we can't always do what's convenient. We have to get outside of our box and make some sacrifices. Because if we don't support our businesses, no one else will. You ain't gonna find no Arabs going to no black store buying anything. You're not gonna see no Chinese people going to no black business buying anything. No white people. They're not gonna go. They might come and get your food. They might come and eat your food now, because everybody loves some black food. Black folks' food. They love the way we season food. They may come and get your food. But besides that, they're not coming in your business to shop. Mm-hmm. So that's our duty, you know, to keep our businesses going. And it's something else I want to say, Brother Martin. A couple of weeks ago when we were on here, a sister made a comment, and she said that she was surprised that the Nation of Islam hadn't came out and said anything about this, what's going on with this illegal immigration. And I just want to let everyone know that one of the last things that Minister Farrakhan said during his Savior's Day address last year was, this is our country. He said we cannot allow them to take the country. This is our country. We built it, and we should fight for it. That's one of the last things he said at the Savior's Day address last year. And he also, I'm going to just read this a little bit. He also read a verse from the Bible, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, and I'm not speaking on his behalf, so y'all don't get it twisted. But what I just want to let you all know what my minister said. He also spoke, you know, he said a verse from the Bible, and it went something like this. It said, sharpen your axes, your plowshares, and other agricultural tools and in preparation for battle. Now, you know what I'm saying? Perception is everything. So I'm not getting ready to try and, put my stamp on it and say, well, he meant this and he meant that. I'm just telling you how my minister spoke. He said, this is our country and we should not allow them to take it. He said, fight for it. That's what he said. And he also said, get your gardening tools, sharpen them, and prepare for battle. He didn't say get no damn gun. Okay? So let's be clear about that part. But anyways, I just want people to understand. And also, I want you to understand that I am a member of the Nation of Islam. And sometimes I get on this call and I get emotional and I get back into my little savage ways, which I'm striving to overcome myself, because that's what we're taught, to rise above our emotions into the thinking of God, but it's hard to get on here and listen to all the negative stuff that people say when we come on to try and bring information to our people. And it's hard to even deal with the things that we're going, the pressures that we're under every day. It gets to me, So I apologize for, sometimes I come out swinging and I come out swinging real hard, but I'm not telling you it won't happen again. I'm not telling you it won't happen again, but what I'm saying is I apologize. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Listen, we're going to leave it right there, people. We've been on here 2 hours and 36 minutes. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank all my wonderful guests. Before you guys go, make sure you hit that like button, like and share. Please hit the like button so we can make it move up. The algorithm, we got to move up so it can go out to different people pages and stuff like that. So make sure you do that. This is a safe space for Black people, and we do talk about Black people concerns and needs and things like that. And thank you guys for all your comments. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with, but it's okay. We got a chance to hear each other out, and that's what it's all about. And hopefully we can one day get on code and fight, as Sister Erica said. We have to fight, people. Anything that's left unprotected will be taken away, period. Whether it be your family.
Martin, did we get it?
Go ahead.
Did we get a number? Did we get a number for the sister who was evicted? Do we have a number for her? Because I'd like to be her sister. I'd like to reach out to her.
Okay, I'll get that number. I'll get that number. I don't think she's still on there. I think she's off. But I'll get that number. I know her, who told her to call in, so I could do that.
Martin, leave my number with you. Okay. Take my number and hold it.
Okay. Let me get you.
Thank you, Brother Martin.
Okay, you guys are welcome.
Thank you, Martin. It was a good show. And I will say this: some of the people, I recognize some of the voices, and I have to compliment them, because I get the sense that I get the impression that we are getting on code, and we have to get on code, because all we have is each other. So thank you, Martin, for providing this platform for us to educate one another.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
Martin,
yeah.
Well, Martin, this is 2401.
Okay, I got you. 24.
Yes. Yes.
What's your name,
Martin,
sir?
we got to do something.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, we got to do
sir,
something.
What's your name?
Yes.
What's your name?
This is Robert.
Robert, okay. All right. Yeah, we definitely got to do something.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, this. If you look around, Martin, just stop and look around. I mean, I've been looking over Chicago for over 70-some years, and it used to be so pleasant. I mean, I remember the days when the kids would play double-dutch marbles. You'll never see that again. These drug dealers and one of these gang bangers, and they need to all come together. Everybody needs to come together and wake up, because if you don't, you're gonna wake up and they're gonna have this whole city. They're gonna have this whole entire city. I know you're busy, you gotta go, but something's gotta be done. I want to have a march so big that America never seen it. But blacks need to all come together.
That would be nice
Everybody.
too. That would be nice. I tell you, that would be nice.
Yeah, we haven't seen a march like that since we had a march like that at King. It needs this. It needs, because if we don't, Martin, we're gonna wake up and this city's gonna be gone.
Mm.
Really, believe me, it's
They're
gonna be
trying
gone.
to take it back though. They trying. They are trying.
They're trying. They're doing it. They're doing it. They're
Well,
ignoring
they
what we
controlling
say.
it. I'm not gonna lie. It's always have been theirs, but they got a plan, and we got to have a plan too as well. You know,
That's
because
what I'm talking
anything that we ever had in this country, we had to fight for it. We had to fight. We had
We
to
had to
fight.
fight.
We had to fight. So I'm telling you, people, no matter what their law says, if we don't agree with it, we have to fight it. Fight for change. We just can't sit on our hands and just start praying and wait till Jesus come back. We got to fight right now. We have to fight.
I mean, change is going to come. They designed the city.
Right.
I mean, we didn't put the guns in. Our own people are killing us. The young people that's supposed to be here to teach others, and they're leaving here quicker than we old people are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Somebody has to stand up.
All right.
We have to stand up, and we have to all stand together, Martin.
All right.
I know you're tired. I know it's a long day.
All right. I got to get out of here, guys.
Yes.
All right.
Tell
Thank
the
you.
truth
I appreciate talking to
and
you.
shame the devil. I love being black.
All right. Again, thank y'all so much. Make sure you share the video, hit the like, and appreciate everyone. See you tomorrow, people. We got to keep going. Anything that's left unprotected will be taken away from you. So you have to fight, people, to protect, whether that be your marriage, whether it be your car, your home, your relationship.